Today we're tackling the topic of auto insurance and how to get some of the better coverages, maybe even a little tip on how to get a better price. There's a few elements about car insurance. One of the primary ones is that you're required to have it if you're a driver in most US states. The first category of coverages on your auto insurance is going to be your liability. What is liability? Liability is when you're covering the other person's car or their person or their belongings. Let's say, for example, you had an accident, the person got injured, and their car got destroyed. Maybe it got totaled. Let's say it was an $80,000 or $90,000 car and they had a $25,000 hospital visit. The $90,000 plus 25, that's $115,000. Well, if you've had state minimum coverages, which might be between $25,000 and $50,000, that would not cover the problem that you've had. And so this is one of the reasons you want to make sure you're paying attention to your liability. Make sure you have enough of coverage in this category. I recommend between $250,000 and $500,000 worth of coverage for this. And then I also recommend that if you have more than one vehicle, that you stack them. What that does is it'll take that times the number of vehicles that you have. So for example, I have two vehicles. I have $250,000 per person, $500,000 per accident, but I have it stacked. So I have $500,000 and $1 million respectively. That is one of the areas where if you don't have enough of liability, you can really lose your entire financial future. Let me tell you a quick story about that. So I have a buddy, he was driving his car, he was going down the road, it started to rain, and he came around the corner just a little wide, and he hit the car head on. Now, this person actually got hurt. They ended up going to the hospital, which is, of course, very sad, and he was concerned that they were okay, but he was also concerned what the ramifications and costs might be. Fortunately, he had pretty good insurance and he had $1 million total coverage. And so when he got sued 1 year later, his insurance company covered that $1 million and they settled the claim. Big deal. That could have been a huge problem for someone who did not have enough of coverage. So this is one of the areas I want you to really make sure you're paying attention to. It's the cheapest coverage by quite a bit, and you will not regret having this if you have an actual incident. Okay, so next is the comprehensive section. I recommend everyone has comprehensive on their cars. It covers things like an animal jumping out in front of your vehicle and getting hit. It covers fire. It covers theft. Most people don't realize that their insurance would not cover a theft if you don't have comprehensive. So this is one of those things where you can easily get caught off guard if you don't know how your insurance is set up. Comprehensive is not expensive. It's, I think, between $5 and $6 a month, which for what it covers is really worth it, especially if you live in an area where hailstorms can happen. Comprehensive, very key. Next category is your collision. Collision is if you want your own vehicle covered. If you were to have an accident and you can't afford to replace your car because you don't have enough money on hand, I recommend that you do carry the collision. Now I have one vehicle that's like $1,500 car. I don't carry collision on that vehicle because I can insure through that loss. I'm only going to get $1,500 anyway. I can insure a $1,500 car. But I have another vehicle that is a little bit more expensive, and there I will carry the collision insurance. There are some gimmick options available to you, and I do not recommend that you buy gimmicks. There are things like loss of income, funeral benefits, renter's insurance. I mean, not renter's insurance, but car rental insurance. I don't recommend those things because most times you're paying more than what the value would actually be that you get back out of it. So here's a quick tip on how to buy insurance. I would not recommend buying from people you see advertised on national television. Most of their money is going to paying celebrities and the TV stations instead of covering your actual losses. Look for companies that are located in your own state or in a surrounding state because these are usually much more effective and they're cheaper than companies that are, nationally headquartered somewhere, and you wouldn't be able to get to them if you actually had an incident where you needed to. I personally use an insurance company who's only like 10 miles away from me, and I have bought it through a local agency. It's a local insurer, and I found that it is really nice to have a local company, and the cost is about half of what someone like Nationwide had priced for me. Make sure that you're buying insurance that is only for what you need. Don't buy a lot of extra bells and whistles. You want it to do a job and you want to be able to do your investing to make your wealth happen. Don't spend too much money on your insurance. Please like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. Thank you for watching this video.